Yes, people, what is going on? Back with me, Vidi Sasonko. Today, content is reaction from CR7 interview part 2 with Piers Morgan. Yes, people, I would like to talk about a few points that make me interested on Ronaldo's point of view about Eric Ten Hag, how he handled his career in the seasons, and then his decisions, his strategy, and then media press talk that conducted by Eric Ten Hag. Definitely, Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't satisfied about what he said. And also, I'm going to talk about the zero upgrade by Glazers. Okay. Now, the first I would like to say talk about Eric Ten Hag accused being full of excuses by Cristiano Ronaldo. Wow. Yeah, Eric Ten Hag made him disappointed and then feel disrespected because he's not being played against Manchester City, and then someone like 3 minutes on Spurs game, but he refused and walked on the tunnel. Yeah, let me check about this. As we know about the decisions from Eric Ten Hag to drop Cristiano Ronaldo against Manchester City, it's basically because CR7 is not suitable with Ten Hag's strategy, of course. Ronaldo is static as a number 9. He is static, doesn't know the number 9 role that Eric Ten Hag wanted, and he also have a less pressing and then lack of speed. I'm not blaming him for being 37 years old and you don't have any pace anymore, but this is the manager decisions. This is the manager decisions about tactic, about strategy, how to cope against Manchester City. The reason was obvious why he dropped against City is because City are always having a high line defensive strategy and good tiki-taka play game, which is requires pace to beat high line defensive. And then also to beat tiki-taka play game, well, you need to press a lot, and not only pressing the players, but also having a zonal marking pressing. So beside of that, City also have defender with height and good speed. Let's say about Akanji, Nathan Ake, John Stone, etc. Well, so it will be useless using Ronaldo as a striker number 9 against those type of defender, because if you put the ball in the air, Ronaldo definitely will lose the battle. And then if you want to sprint against those kind of defender with height and pace, he will just lost the battle anyway. While against Spurs, he was also dropped as a starter with similar reason. Actually, with similar reason, even though he scored a hat trick last year against Spurs, but Spurs have changed in strategy under the same manager, Antonio Conte, and Ten Hag did not see that Antonio Conte is not using a highline defensive. It's nearly a parking a boss in front of Hugo Lloris, and seeing the Ten Hag strategy was bang superbly on the field and play the best game under Ten Hag, I presume, just another proof that United play better without Ronaldo. Because if you're having a Ronaldo in front of you, he did nothing in front. He's just hiding. He doesn't know, again, he doesn't know how the role of number 9. You need to drop a little bit as a false 9 to build up a counter attack, or maybe to have like gluing the midfield and the wing and the fullback. You need to drop a little bit, man. Ronaldo didn't do that. Didn't do that a lot. And yeah, it's another proof. It's another proof that United play much more better without Cristiano Ronaldo in the field. So, I don't know. Well, Ten Hag decision to play Ronaldo with 3 minutes, it's debatable, because Ten Hag feels that Ronaldo could give a cameo on the scene and enjoy the victory with the rest of the team, having applause after the game. But Ronaldo thinks the other way. He thinks the other way. He refused playing. He feels disrespected. He feels like, what am I going to do with only 3 minutes left? I'm just warming up on 3 minutes. He couldn't even score many games, if you recall. Only with against Sheriff Ammonia, he scored only one goal from penalty, and then he need more than 3 minutes. Maybe that what Ronaldo thinks about it. So he was very, very disappointed with those decisions by Eric Ten Hag. I don't know. I feel the communications between Ten Hag and Cristiano Ronaldo is not going well. Well, the good things is that Ronaldo knew that was a mistake, leaving the game before the game even ended, and he said sorry and he regretted. He won't do that again, and he got banned for what, like 3 days. But he feels like that's too much. Well, my, you know, this is kind of contradictory. He said he regretted. He said he knew the mistake, but feeling that the 3 days ban, without losing his spot against Chelsea and then not training with the first team for 3 days, he feels that too much. It's contradictory, mate. I don't understand about Ronaldo in this point of view. The second point is about how Ten Hag handled the media press. Well, media press that talk about the team that Ronaldo doesn't understand a little bit about it, because the way Ten Hag always said positivity on his team in front of media as a manager was also his main job. You know, even though regarding Ronaldo, Ten Hag said different things on the dressing room. Yeah, of course. I think it's a normal thing as a manager to back and cover the dirty laundry in front of media press. You cannot show them that. You're the manager. You need to know everyone to know that everything is okay, everything is great, everything is smooth. You cannot just speak aloud that your team is a struggle. This does not make any sense, mate. Well, as a manager, you don't want your opposition team to know that your team is bleeding inside. Well, it's also considered as a weakness point for the opponent's team, and in result, we give an extra confidence for the opposition team. You know, you cannot show them that you are bleeding inside before the battle. It just gain confidence for the opponent team. Well, actually, Sir Alex Ferguson has done that before. Well, I think back in young Ronaldo's era under Sir Alex Ferguson's, I think he has a language barrier back then. He doesn't know English, mate. Maybe Sir Alex ranting and then accusing his player in the dressing room, you not good enough, you play shit. But I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo understand about that, because his English skills, his communication, it's just a language barrier that maybe, yeah, maybe, probably that. Now his English is a lot better for sure. Then he understands things that he didn't knew when he was young, and it's pretty much weird, that you are in this business game for 21 years at the top of the game, but your role, Cristiano Ronaldo role, is as a player. He's not a manager, so he doesn't know anything about being a manager. That you have to cover up your team conditions. You need to make an impression that everything is good, everything is strong, your team is ready to beat your opponent. Well, you cannot say that, oh my God, my team, they're just ill, they're just not ready, and I don't have any backup plan. My team is playing shit. You cannot say that in front of press media. The opponent will know and listen what is about everything about the condition, about the situation from Manchester United. They will definitely dig on that, and then I don't think Ronaldo understand a manager role. Well, the last interesting things that Ronaldo said in this part two interview is about zero upgrade by Glazers. Well, I cannot disagree with that. I think I agree with Ronaldo that Glazers are terrible order. they're just terrible. They don't care about Manchester United. With no upgrade on stadium infrastructure, training ground, technology, kitchen, jacuzzi, gym facilities. I don't know. Ronaldo has mentioned it all, and look, we also know about that. We also know about that. You don't need to tell it in public. Everyone, every person, as a Manchester United fans, knew that there is something wrong with Manchester United under the Glazers. Well, Ronaldo said Manchester United would get a success within 2 or 3 years under Glazers. I don't think so. With this still going on about this kind of management that Glazer had, and the president of Manchester United, Richard Arnold, is a garbage. I think he's useless as a president of Manchester United. He cannot communicate better with Ronaldo. He cannot communicate better with others, and even the signings are so slow, and we got all the players with overpriced. We're overpriced. I don't think United will be succeed 3 or 2 years. And it's a funny thing that Ronaldo said he wanted Arsenal to win English Premier League if United cannot win it. Well, it's his opinion, and I don't think it's a great opinion as a Manchester United fans. But well, what he can do, he was sitting with Piers Morgan, who's Arsenal fans also, so he's just giving a compliment each other, and Piers Morgan also giving a compliment to Ronaldo about how many followers at social media he had, and you know, s- those kind of garbage things. It's not interesting. So my overall reactions about this interview is, I think the purpose of this interview, on my points of view, are he wanted to get out immediately from Manchester United. I think every fans of Manchester United knew about this, and then I think there's no way back for Cristiano Ronaldo after World Cup. Maybe he's just come there with his agent Jorge Mendes, sit on the office, and then what do you want? I want you to terminate this contract, and you got nothing. We don't need to pay you anything. Well, the second point of view about this interview is he wanted to speak out in defense against all the lies from others. The critics he had from media, the pundit, the ex-players, he just doesn't fancy being criticized, and this is not normal for a professional footballer. Critics could only make you stronger, could only make you better, because the other person, the other point of view wanted to show you that you're lack of this, you cannot do this, you need to develop on these things. But yeah, once again, Cristiano Ronaldo is the only person who scored that much goals. He wins almost everything except the World Cup, maybe the Euro. This is hard, man. It's like the same that you talk to a doctor and you give him advice. You don't have to take this medicine to to a doctor. It would be stupid, because you cannot teach Ronaldo anymore. He cannot be developed. I don't think he's suited with Eric Ten Hag's strategy anyway. You know, Ten Hag may be using Ronaldo against a low defensive line team like Southampton, maybe West Ham, Leicester. I don't know, team that used to counter attacks like Leeds United, for example, Fulham. Maybe he was useful. He will be useful against those kind of teams. But I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo understand about this. He needs to put his ego down on earth with this, because there are many young players that need to develop, as also need a game time on the same positions like Garnacho, Rashford, Anthony Martial, Anthony Alanga. He needs to be an example how how you behave when you're what 37. Well, I know your Ronaldo is extremely fit, but his age doesn't lie, mate. he cannot move around as like as he's used to at age 21 or 25 years old. Now he's 37. Next year's going to be 38. I don't know where Ronaldo will end up his career, but for sure, as a Manchester United fans, I always back the manager, and I always back Manchester United and prove that everyone cannot be bigger than the club. And if you're a player, you're going to respect all the manager decisions because it's not your role to put a strategy how to do this against this kind of team. It's not your role. You just play the game, do the training well, and then yeah, that's all you can do as a player. You cannot have a mutiny behavior like Ronaldo did. But well, I think everything is wrong at the summer. I think Manchester United should sell Cristiano Ronaldo on the summer, but it is what it is. It is what it is, and everything is done. He did the interview. Now I wanted to know what Manchester United reaction with this. I wanted Manchester United give uh, announce announcement through their communication department about this situation with Ronaldo. Well, I hope Manchester United can terminate his contract immediately, so he doesn't have to come back to Manchester after the World Cup because it will ruin Eric Ten Hag and the other players. I think, yeah, that's all my reaction about Cristiano Ronaldo interview part two. If you haven't seen my part one reaction or recap, just look at my previous video. So thank you for watching, and hey, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and support my channel, and I will see you soon. Cheers.